大家好，欢迎来到我们今天晚上周二的这个我们的张晋的这个团队的一个训练。那么今天晚上我就借用了张晋团队的一点点时间。你好，张晋。那么我们来跟他我们请了我们的澳洲的最高领袖巴 Cota。我们说的最高领袖是真的是最高领袖了。那么澳洲整个市场都是他自己带进来的。那么他是等一会儿我们给他先讲一下，让他讲一下他的故事。很传奇。我们现在的所有的大家所知道的，包括我们这一些大领袖Dan Doyle 还有 Mel So 都是在我们的 Bud Carter 下面的。那么我们今天请他上来呢，主要是讲一下我们的 Asea 这些见证的那个规矩 compliance， 因为我们觉得我们在讲见证的时候是有很多的一些的不同的这个方向，不同的这个用法。那么我觉得现在我们团队一开始慢慢扩大的时候，就已经能够我们很多人要还和这个法律来做这个事情。那么我们也欢迎在这上面呢有几个钻石在这里，有我们的上线 Richard Lee， 还有我们的张晋，当然了，还有我们的这个我们的周遭钻石，还有我们的那个 Fiona 小超人钻石那么我不知道丽，还有好像是丽丽，我不知道，对，丽丽，我们马来西亚钻石都在上面。So thank you very much, Bart, for taking your time to for our Tuesday night Team David's training. We're very pleased to have you here. We've got a few diamonds here. We've got our upline Richard Lee is here, also Fiona, and also the Jane and Jing Zhang and Jacob. That's her husband. They're also diamonds from Melbourne. Fiona, diamond from Melbourne. We have a Lily, which is diamond from Malaysia, and Meisha is also diamond from Sydney. So we have quite a few diamonds here. We're getting a few people here to maybe first, but we would like to share. I already shared with everybody that we're going to talk about the compliance, but I think more importantly, people want to hear a little bit your story because when I introduce you, it's always great to say that you are the first kind of person who brought this to this big giant empty land. Well, I want to say empty, just a flat land where there was before Malsaw, before Dan Doyle, it was just you and Melissa. And we have seen you guys have done so much for the team and growing. So maybe we can start a little bit your story.
Sure. It's kind of interesting. I guess my story actually goes back about 28 years, almost 28 years ago, when I was introduced to network marketing. And in that previous company that I was involved with, I met and developed a great relationship with quite a few of the leaders that are part of Asea's
Okay. So
leadership
you
here
have to
now.
say， 所以说他是大概是在他进入直销行业已经是28年了。那么在之前这个西亚之前这个公司里面呢，他是做的不错的。那么在同时呢，他也建立了一个很好的关系，跟我们现在几个西亚的这个一些的大钻石们。
So when that previous company that I was with had lost its way, started off with a good culture, a good ethos, but the owners sold to someone else, and the company just well, it wasn't the same values that I had started that company with. So I was looking for a new home.
那么在他之前这个公司呢，其实一开始是一个很好的公司，但是随着年数的这个增长呢，这个公司开始失去了它原有的这一些道德的标准，还有失去了它原有的一些的宗旨，那么令他在对这个公司开始非常非常失望。
So I was a little skeptical about Asea at first because I just didn't understand what the product was until finally I was encouraged to take a closer look, and I traveled to Salt Lake City.
So can I ask, when was the first time you actually in touch? When was the first time you heard Asea's name?
The first time I heard about Asea, well, actually Trish had called me and told me about Asea early on, but I didn't really get it. And then we were having a yard sale before selling some stuff before we moved to Australia. And John Norton,
Yes.
Tyler Norton's brother, Vertus Norton's son, came to our garage sale, and he asked what we did. And Melissa told him that we were involved with in network marketing, and he just shared with incredible conviction and admiration what his father was involved with at the time.
OK，那么最早的时候，他听到Asea的名字啊，其实他是经历了几次，所以我们想想看，我们很多小伙伴想想看，不是那么一次性就能进入Asea的，不像我们很多小伙伴。那么他的呢，第一次呢，他是在很早的时候呢，我们的这个最高领袖 Trish 当初有跟他说过，当然 Trish 跟他说的时候，他完全没有在意，也不知道这是什么东西，一瞥而过。那么在第二次的时候呢，他当初是在美国盐湖城，那么他想，他正好要搬回澳洲。当他搬回澳洲的时候，他在做一个，他把他家里的东西都拿出来卖的时候呢，有一位男士经过他的这个家里的做那个在车库里面卖东西的这个那一天经过他家里门口，那一位呢，那一位就是我们的这个创始人 Redox Norton 的儿子，现在的这个Redox Norton 那个现在的这个我们的这个也是创始人之一的他的儿子Taylor Norton 的，就是我们现在的掌旗人Asea 掌旗人 Taylor Norton 的这个弟弟哥哥 John Norton。当初 John Norton 呢是开车经过了他们准备卖掉的这个在卖一些家具的这个地方，在美国。那么他当初就跟他说了，跟他当初还有他的这个 Bart 的这个太太 Melissa 说了这个 Asea。当初他说了非常非常有决心，也是说了非常非常有感染力，但是 Bart 当初一点没有给他打动。
So the main thing is that John Norton had planted a seed in our mind, and Melissa told me, she said, I think we better keep this in mind for the future, because she realized that we had a real connection with John Norton. But understand that Asea was not in Australia at that time. We had lived in Australia for 4 years before Ed Weens called me up and said, hey, we better take a closer look at this company called Asea.
那么当初呢，这个我们创始人的儿子 John Norton 呢，其实虽然没有说服他，但是呢，在他们夫妇俩的这个脑海里面放下了一个种子。这个种子呢，直到4年之后，他们搬回了澳洲，就是 Bart 跟 Melissa 搬回了澳洲。4年之后，他们一直当中没有接触过Asea，直到有一天，一位他的老朋友叫 Edwin 打电话给他，再次提起Asea的这个名字，在他的生命当中第3次听到了这个名字。Yeah.
So I was offered an opportunity to fly to Salt Lake City and meet the founders and meet a lot of the people who are involved with this company. And I immediately fell in love, because I realized that how profound this technology is. And more importantly, you can have the best product in the world, but unless you've got the right people behind it with the right culture and values and ethics, then you have nothing.
那么当初呢，他就非常有气，因为当初正好公司要准备打开这个澳大利亚市场，那么公司就请了他去盐湖城再次来看这个公司。那么当他看到这个公司之后呢，他马上就热爱上了这家公司Asea，因为他觉得跟他的道德理论、跟他的社会的责任，还有他的这个产品的这个先驱性，完完全全打动了他。
Yeah, so it was really just making a decision at that particular event. We had signed up beforehand, but it was really at that meeting that I really raised my commitment to make a decision that I was going to really build a big Asea business, and I'm so glad I did.
那么当然，在这一次的去了公司之后的旅行之后呢，他决定真正的加入了Asea这个事业来到展开他的这个分享的这个工作。
So we feel incredibly blessed and grateful to be involved with such an amazing company and such phenomenal people that I never would have known you, David, if it wasn't for Asea,
yes,
or Richard Lee, or anyone else on this call. It's just such an amazing group of people, and we feel so incredibly blessed to be associated with such a fantastic company, products, and of course the people in our team.
那么他说呢，就是说他非常非常感恩为什么？就是因为不是Asea的话，他就不会认识我，也不会认识 Richard， 更不会认识在这里所做的43位朋友们。那么就是因为这一个小小的一个产品，令到他能够跟我们在一起有一个连接。
So I guess that kind of leads us into where we're going tonight with the compliance information, right?
那么今天晚上呢，我们就开始进入了我们的主题。当我们在讲见证的时候呢，我们怎么样用一个合法的、合理的一个方法去跟我们的身边的朋友讲见证？
So do you want me to just get into that part, David?
Yeah, we can started that part with the compliance. I think in the wide Asian community that throughout my Asea journey, I think I've seen some pretty good testimonials. I've seen some very good testimonials. I've seen some very, very good testimonials, and I've seen some very, very surprisingly wrongdoing testimonials. I think it is very important to teach the associate, especially in the language other than English, to have a proper testimonials, so we can treat this business as long term. 那我跟他说呢，其实我在为什么我们今天会有这个话题呢？其实在我做Asea的这个4年的这个旅程里面啊，很感恩我见到一些很好的见证，也见到一些特别特别好的见证，也见到一些普通的见证，也见到一些不好的见证，但是也有见到一些特别特别夸张的见证。但是什么见证都好，我们都是按照这个公司的法律来做，因为什么？因为我们都非常热爱这个产品，我们希望把这个公司这个产品可以做得对久。那么其实我是很特别的，就是我在有一次训练的时候，突然之间是我忘了是在哪一个训练里面应该是我们的 Taylor Norton 跟我们讲的，就是说大部分的直销公司到最后在美国关掉的不是因为它的金钱的倒闭，而是在于法律上，尤其是来自于见证上的诉讼导致于他们的失败。So the reason I want to do is I just shared it with our team there. I think it was Taylor Norton said that most network marketing company end up bankrupt in United States worldwide is not because due to financial suffering. Most of them are actually due to the law case suit. The law case from the testimonials, from the people saying the wrong things, will ultimately bring the company down. So I think it's very important. That's why we bring you here.
Thank you, David, and that's very, very true, and that's very correct. And so one thing that I love about Asea is that they do put their ethics, they put the people and principles above ego and economic motivations.
OK， 那么他非常喜欢Asea一个最大的原因，因为Asea真是少数几个公司，他把自己的原则，把自己的这个社会的责任远远放在利益和他的这个经济效益之上。
So the important thing is as we kind of go through these compliance things, and I pulled up a number of things that I wanted to go over tonight, David.
Do the screen share you want?
Pardon?
Are you looking for doing the screen share?
Yeah, I can do a screen share on just a couple things.
他今天晚上想跟我们分享几样事情，是关于在这个见证者分享上面的这个法律的这个一个责任跟程序。
The important thing I want everybody to understand is that the policies are there to protect all of us long term. It's there to protect your business, and it's there to protect Asea business too, because there are regulatory agencies that can be watching Asea, and they need to make sure that they do the right thing. And we don't want to do anything to jeopardize our businesses or Asea's business.
OK， 那么其实他说为什么这个很重要呢？因为尤其是现在这个社会当中，其实无论是美国还是澳洲，就是其实有很多国家的它的那个监管局都时时盯着某一些这个我们这个健康行业的这些产品。那么在这个健康行业产品里面呢，你永远不知道是谁在看着你发的那个见证，或者把我们这个东西发给谁去看，所以这是一个非常 serious 非常正经的一个事情。
Yeah, so let me I'm not going to spend a lot of time on screen share because I didn't prepare a PowerPoint or anything, but I wanted to just share kind of so that people are familiar with where to find all the information I'm going to go through.
Yeah. 那么他现在给大家看一下他准备的一些的东西。
Okay. So obviously this is in English. We can change the language to Chinese if we want.
那么其实这个是一个英语的东西，它是可以换成这个中文的。
You can obviously select your country, but where I've gone to find this is in your back office. Go to the menu.
那么你可以进入我们的这个菜单。
Then go to resources.
进入这个资源。
And library.
进入这个图书馆。
And from the library, and again, you can select any one of the countries that we're in here.
那么在这个图书馆里面有各个国家，只要是我们Asea开放的国家都有。
But the part that we're going to look at is the policies and procedures and terms and conditions.
那我们要看的就是这两个 policy procedure 还有 terms and condition.
So if I click on terms and conditions, it's going to pull up this right here.
如果你看到这个 terms condition 的话，你会看到这一页。
And so this is basically what everybody agrees to when they sign an when they decide to be an associate.
那么这个其实就是当我们当初跟公司在引入加入的时候呢，你等于就是签了这一份跟公司签了这一份合约。
And so when no one reads this,
当然了，很多人是不会去读这个东西的。
but it basically says that we agree to present the Asea marketing and compensation plan and services set forth in literature. Basically, it just to summarize this, it basically says that we're going to follow the rules.
那基本上这个说的是什么东西呢？这个说的就是我们会跟着Asea的这个法律程序来。
And again, at the risk of sounding redundant, these rules are not to try to restrict us, but they're there to empower us and to protect our business and Asea's business.
那么其实这个法律的程序不仅是保护Asea，也保护我们经销商的权益。
So the next part, if I come back here and if we clicked on, for example, policies and procedures, that will take us to actually to this page. And in the policies and procedures, this goes into detail on anything and everything that you need to know about Asea.
那其实在这个如果你去看到这一份文件的时候，你可以看到它里面基本上写的是全部的这个公司的关于你任何这个方面的产品啊，或者是事业方面啊，或者是任何上下线这一些东西，所有的东西都在里面了。
I think it's important to realize that when you have a business, sometimes as a network marketing business, we overlook the policies and procedures. It just seems like a lot of reading. It's not fun reading, but it's also important to realize that this is your business. And so you want to just have an understanding of what the rules are, because it's taking ownership and thinking of yourself as the president of your business.
那么其实我们很多时候很多新伙伴他不了解的就是，其实Asea这个事业这个生意是我们自己的，公司只是提供了这个产品。那么其实这个当中的所有的这个条规法律，其实都是就像我们在做一个新的生意一样的。他虽然知道这个当中的条例很沉闷，也没有人想去看，但是如果我们有的时候是必须要去认真的对待这些的程序，跟我们所自己签下的这个约。
Okay, so I've kind of pulled out just some of the key things I thought would be important that we go through.
那么他今天拿出了几个要点在那边。
And I've kind of made a list. I've just copied some of the various policies, certainly not all of them here because they're not really all relevant to our conversation tonight. One of the first things that I wanted to talk about,
Your screen share is gone, I think.
Pardon?
Your screen share is gone.
Yeah, I took off the screen share, just so that we can chat.
Okay.
I've copied just a number of the points, and I think I can just talk about them.
Yeah.
One of the most important things is product claims, and I know that that's one of the things that we wanted to discuss tonight. So sorry, go ahead, David.
那么其实其中几个条约里面最重要的就是一个他们所说的这个他刚刚所说的 product claim 就是产品的一个宣称啊。
So maybe I can even share a little bit of history on this.
那么他可能跟我们大家分享一下这一点点的这个历史啊。
So initially, many of you know that Asea, the company that had this technology before Asea acquired it, was a company called Medical Discoveries Inc.
那么在 Asea 的前身，大家都知道，很多都知道是一家公司叫 Medical Discovery Inc.
And they were looking at all sorts of applications for this product, and they had remarkable results with various things, blood
那么他们其
disorders.
实寻找了很多方法来做这个技术，来达到这个他们想要达到的东西，寻找了很多不同的途径。
They were even doing some work with cystic fibrosis and had great results.
那么他其实经过了很多的不同的科学的实验，也去做了一些不同的第三方的这些东西。
But the way that they were trying to market this was they wanted to get a drug application, and you can't get a drug application for a pharmaceutical, for a drug company through a drug company unless you can prove it's called LD50, where 50% of the laboratory animals will die.
OK，那么在当初的时候呢，他们是想去把，当然了，想把这个东西申请变成药，但是当你经过任何这个药厂去做的药，你到了那个药管局那边去申请这个药的牌照的时候，你必须要有一个标准叫 LD50。什么叫 LD50呢？就是在你的实验室里面必须要有50%的这个实验品小白鼠是死掉的。
So this company invested over $5 million in toxicity research. And guess what? There was zero toxicity to this product. We can't hurt anybody.
那么这个公司呢，之前这个公司呢，它投资了500万来做一些毒性的测试。这个毒性的测试呢，没有把任何的这个小白鼠都给杀死掉，结果一个都没死，反而一个都活得很好。所以它就根本不能证明到它是有毒的。
Yeah, so that's a beautiful thing. When I first heard about that, I thought, wow, this company invested a lot of money to prove how safe it is. But that isn't really the reason. They were trying to go down a different route.
那么其实当初他刚听到的时候，他觉得很伟大，一个公司用了很多的钱去证明这个东西无毒。那么其实他们当初不是在证明无毒，其实他最主要证明的是这个东西是要有毒的，但他证明不了。
And in a roundabout sort of way, that's how Virtus Norton ended up acquiring the technology, because that company ended up going out of business because of their business model.
那么当然了，之后就是由我们的这个创办人这个 Redox Norton 从他们这个手上把这个技术给买下来了，那么这个公司也就退出了这个计划当中。
So probably everybody is aware of the story, the genesis of Asea, and how Virtus ended up kind of acquiring this technology by putting a test group of people on this product. And in fact, 40 people were part of a test pilot group to find out if people would actually drink this, because as you know, you don't drink Asea because you want to have a tasty beverage. We drink it because of the benefits.
那么后来呢，我们都知道这个我们的 Asea 的创始这个 video 呢，那么当初呢，这个我们的创办人 Redox Norton 呢，就找来了40个人来自愿来试这个产品。
And so six of the people of this group of 40 were in a very serious health challenge situation where the doctors had told them to basically get their affairs in order.
那么在这个40个人里面呢，有6个人是非常非常有严重的、非常的这个身体上的挑战。那么这6个人呢，还就是说在医院里面呢，这个已经跟他说你不用再来看我们了。
So needless to say, these people had amazing benefits from the product, and Virtus was given an offer, as the genesis of Asea story goes. He was offered by a pharmaceutical company to buy this technology, but there was a big concern that it would be shut down and it would not be available for the general public.
那么当他这个 Redox Norton 看到这个40个人里面有一个非常非常好的这个一个试验的这个一个结果的时候呢，在这个时候呢，他也引起了这个当初的这个其中一个药厂的药公司的一个注意。那么药公司呢就出了一笔巨款，来到能够把这个产品把这个技术给买下来。那么当初呢，其实 Redox Norton 就怀疑这一些药的公司拿来，他根本不是来想去造福于人类，而是想把它给永远锁起来。
So it was on that day that Virtus Norton made the decision that he wasn't going to sell this technology. He was going to make this available for all of us, and that this would be his legacy.
那么就从那一天开始，他知道了自己的这个一个任务，就是他希望把这个技术能给分享给身边全球所有的人，而不是卖给一个药厂，然后永远就找不到它了。
So what they did was they met with Senator Orrin Hatch from Utah, and they said, based on what this product is, how can we market this legally?
那么当初他找到了这个参议员的其中一位很高的一个参议员的议员 Aaron Hatch 来请他做一个顾问，就跟他说这个东西到底我们能够有什么出路。
And so he explained that basically that there was legislation in place that we could market this product as a wellness product. but we couldn't make any medical claims.
那么在当初呢，这个参议员呢就给他了一个建议，如果你要很快让这个产品见市呢，最快的方法就是当做它是一个普通的一个保健品那么就是在没有任何的这个不能申请任何的这个医学上的这个一个声明。
So we consequently we have lots and lots of incredible experiences, coincidences with this product, but there's no doubt. But I want you to understand what the product does is the product doesn't heal or cure. What it does is it empowers our body to do what it's meant to do best, which is to heal itself.
那么其实最好的一个理喻的方法，理解的这个产品的方法，就是其实大家都知道，在若干年之后到今天呢，其实这个产品是帮助到很多人，很奇妙的，也很幸运的帮到很多人。但是呢，大家始终要记得Asea这个产品它是没有医治跟治愈能力的Asea本身这个产品是没有的，它只是给你身体更大的力量，去让你的身体自己去修复自己，去治愈自己。
So in reality, when we share a product story, we don't want to tell people that this is going to cure their problem. I think it's important to realize that people didn't get into the health challenge or crisis that they might be dealing with overnight. That's been an accumulation of a long time of their cells being unhealthy or maybe unhealthy lifestyle.
那么请大家就是说在分享见证的时候呢，我们一定要让对方那个人明白，就是说当我们有一个健康的挑战的时候，它绝对不是在一两天里面产生的，而是在经过一个很长很长的一个阶段，慢慢由你自己的身体慢慢造成的。
So what we want to do is to let people know how this product is native, it's natural to our body, native to what our body creates. We're boosting our body's ability to do what it's meant to do.
那么所以接下来我们要让对方朋友明白的就是这个产品是内源性的一个产品。什么叫内源性的产品？就是在你的身体里面进入你的身体之后，它是让你自己的身体有更大的力量去能够管理好自己的健康。
So in reality, it's more powerful to share a story that way anyway.
所以如果在真实的生活，就是在真实的生活当中，如果我们把这个道理告诉人家，其实这个就是一个最伟大的一个见证。
Exactly. So instead of saying, so we just need to watch our wording, and there's ways that we can do that. So let's say, for example, if someone has a situation like what Dan Doyle was dealing with, where he had gone to the doctor and had to have some chemo and radiation treatments, he would just say he had a serious cellular health problem.
那么其实比如说像我们的上线 Dan Doyle， 大家如果听到他的见证的时候，他经常讲什么？他经常说他其实很多年他经历了非常痛苦的这个细胞层面上的一些的挑战。
And that these molecules helped his body to do what it was supposed to do, and now he's got his blood work is normal.
那么这一些分子进入了他的身体之后，帮他的身体去调整了他自己的健康。他开始这些分子在他的身体里面，让他的身体正常的工作。
So another one would, for example, be blood sugar issues.
那么还有一个就是，比如说我们的血糖比较高。
So rather than mention a specific condition, we would just say there was an imbalance with the blood sugars that, that now my friend, or now I don't need to use as much insulin as I might have needed to before. So what we're doing is we're just simply talking. In fact, probably shouldn't even mention insulin. Just say a blood sugar issue, for example, if you're dealing with a challenge like that. Another example would be if someone said, well, I think it's important to understand that doctors quite often misdiagnose anyway. It doesn't matter what the challenge is labeled as. What's important is how we feel. Let's say, so for example, if someone had, let's say fibromyalgia, and instead of saying, I had this condition and now I don't, when we say, I hurt all over, my body ached, I'd get out of bed and all I could do is maybe fix some breakfast and I'd have to go back to bed. Anything I did, I'd sleep 15 hours a day. I hurt all over. I had headaches and I felt miserable. And now I've got my life back. I can play with my kids. I can go hiking. I can go dancing with my husband.
那么他刚刚讲到一个很重点，就是当我们在讲见证的时候呢，比如说血糖高，那么血糖高我们可以不需要去讲那个字，讲那个病症的这个字，那你可以说你血糖失去平衡啊，血糖那个怎么怎么都可以的。那么当你引用了这个产品之后呢，你的这个挑战就没有了。或者很多时候，其实一个成功的见证，他在这里刚刚教了大家，就是其实我们更重要的是把自己的感觉告诉他。比如说我的血糖非常高，以导致我不能吃什么什么东西，我要打针，我要怎么样东西，我生活早上起不起来，我的肚子非常因为的一些的这个服用的药物有一些很不舒服。那么我现在服用了这个产品之后，我现在感觉好多了，我每天早上都可以起来，我的这个身体，我的肚子也没有之前那么痛。就是说，他建议我们把多一些个人的感受放在这个见证里面。
So an important summary would be never mention a condition name, but instead just talk about how you felt, what life was like before, whether it's you or someone else, what you couldn't do and how frustrating that was, and what life was like before and what life is like now.
那么其实就是他还是就是刚刚跟我们说的，就是如果我们能够说我们的生活在之前这个有这个症状的之前，跟这个症状的之后是不是很痛苦？然后呢，我们服用了这个Asea之后的这个生活又是怎么样的一个感受？所以把自己的感受放在里面，其实是更有效的一个见证的分享。
The other thing is to set people up for reasonable expectations.
那么还有一个更重要的就是让人家有一个对的一个期待。
So, like I mentioned before, people didn't get into their condition overnight. It took them time. And so I would never, for example, give someone a bottle of Asea and say, here, this is going to, this will take care of your problem. I want to set them up for a 90-day evaluation of the product, to get on the product, to use the product, and to actually track their results. Because people are sort of interesting creatures. If they're getting benefits, just little benefits every day, they sometimes don't notice the benefits later. If they track their results and they measure how they feel, and then track the results, how they're feeling, how they're sleeping, how their energy is, those sort of things later, then they'll actually be able to acknowledge the benefits that they've gotten.
那么其实很多时候呢，我们如果从一个更好的一个角度来关心我们朋友的时候呢，千万不要做一件事情，就是拿一瓶Asea给他说，你喝了之后你就会怎么样，这是一个错误的一个期待，这是一个错误的这个帮助。那么真正的应该帮助他，就是说，嘿，你应该在今后的90天里面，把这个产品从头用到尾，然后呢，你自己写下来。你今天的身体的每一天的这个状况，因为他说你把你这个身体状况写下来，可能会对你自己的感受更有这个反应，更可以有依据的看到自己每一天的感受。
So, for example, in the Live It guide that we've got, I'm not sure if that's showing up very well on the screen, but anyway, there's a place where you can track the results and kind of measure how they're feeling, joint discomfort, endurance, stamina, recovery, emotional stress, all those kind of things.
那么在他的这个那个训练的这个 system 里面，那么他有一本册子叫 Live It。那么在这个 Live It 里面呢，大家就可以看到有一个是一个对你的健康的一个观察表，在那观察表上面，每一个人都可以写一下他每一天的这个近况。
So, so maybe let me just let you know how important this actually is. And this isn't to scare anyone, but to let you know that Asea is very serious about this. There was actually a diamond associate in Italy who was making very big claims about what the product is, and actually was telling people that they didn't need to go to their doctor anymore. All they needed to do was take this product, and it was going to cure everything. And actually, there was someone from a newspaper that was there that wrote up what he was saying, and put Asea in a very dangerous situation, and that diamond distributor was terminated.
那么其实大家都知道，我们曾经也分享过，就是在这个意大利的一位钻石，在曾经的这个几年前呢，他就曾经是说，哎呀，这个产品是可以帮到所有的人，这个产品可以让你不用去医院，这个产品可以治好所有的毛病。那么这很不巧的是，这一些话落在了一个记者的手上。那么这个记者呢，就把它放到了媒体上面。那么这个很不幸的是，这个案子使公司差一点点进入了一个非常尴尬的一个情况。那么在这之后呢，公司就把这个钻石的这个级别这个经销商给取消掉了，永久性的取消掉了。 所以说这是一个其实是一个非常蛮严重的这会引起的一些的事件。
So we all want to have a business that we create for the long term, not only for Asea but for ourselves. It would be very sad to build a business and then have it terminated because of not following that rule.
那么如果我们有一个这么好的产品，非常非常可惜，如果因为我们没有跟到一些的法律上的一些的程序，而令到我们失去了这个分享这个产品的机会的话，那么也导致我们团队的一些的损失，那就是其实最大的损失就是我们自己经销商自己。
So I think I've pretty well covered,
Yeah,
probably hammered that one. I've probably covered that as much as I need to. There's a couple other things I wanted to run through as well. Is that all right?
yeah, that's fine.
Okay. One thing that is important. Let me just kind of look through my list that I had here. Okay, one thing that is important is and it's kind of challenging in our profession is internet selling.
那么还有一个比较是那个挑战性的，就是网上那个销售。
It doesn't make any sense to buy a product and to try to sell them on eBay or Amazon or any public forum. It
那么
doesn't
其
make,
实对他来说呢，他说呢，其实根本是不 make sense，就是根本不合任何常规的。如果我们问公司买来，再在网上面卖出去，
but not only does it not make sense from a business standpoint, but also it jeopardizes all of our businesses because we want to make sure that people join us in our business, in our team, and they're not just buying something over the internet.
那么这个其实是对整个公司、对整个团队、对整个大环境是一个非常有伤害的一个动作也会伤害到我们身边每一位的客户。
So if you know anybody that's doing that, you want to make sure that we put a stop to that straight away.
那么如果我们知道我们有一些团队的伙伴在卖的话，请你赶快告诉这些伙伴把这个网上的东西拿下来。
Yeah, and there's several reasons for that.
有一些不同的这个理由在这边。
When people say, "Oh, I can just buy it on eBay or I can buy it on Amazon," there are people that will sell product that way, but you need to understand from protecting your business that you need to let those people know that that product is not guaranteed. You don't know if it's been tampered with or if it's out of an expiration date.
那么我们很重要的要告诉身边的伙伴，当他说他可以在网上买到Asea的时候，那你要严重的告诉他，这些产品是不经过公司的手的，公司也不做任何保证，也没有任何保险，甚至于跟你的过期日是不是有人动过手脚，他都没有人保证的。
Yeah. So there actually has been cases where Asea will buy the product and they've tested it and found that it has been tampered with, that the Asea has been emptied out and it's been patched over from the bottom and so forth. So people they want to buy from a distributor. So we want to make sure that people buy from an associate. That's going to protect you and your business as
那
well.
么曾经的在这个一个网站上面呢，也曾经非法卖过这个假的这个Asea的水，那么公司也买了一些回来，那么在总公司的实验室里面呢，打开做实验呢，那纯粹就是一个盐水的一个东西，那是给人家动过手脚的一些假货。
Yeah. Let's see. Another thing that I wanted to cover was just basically bonus buying. We want to make sure that any accounts that are set up are from legitimate people, and that if there's an incentive or a promotion, that we're doing that within the rules of that promotion with people.
那么如果还有一个就是开户口的事情，那么我们的开户口呢都要合乎这个公司在每个国家的这个法律，也要根据公司的这个推奖励啊那一些的所有的规则来进行。
So another part of that too is that we've got Asea allows one distributorship per couple. So a husband and wife shouldn't set up two separate accounts.
那么如果你是有夫妻的话呢，你要知道夫妻只能允许一个户口的，是不允许两个户口的。
And those are just some of the things that can put your business at risk. I know some people have done that, but it's better to just follow the rules.
那么其实他知道大家都会有一些可能会开一两个户口的这个事情，但是就是因为这一些小事，有的时候会在关键的时候让你陷入了一个比较尴尬的一个地位。
Yeah. So another policy that I thought would be important to talk about is income claims.
那么还有一个最后一点比较严重的，他想在这里这个跟大家说的就是这个收入的这个一个证明。
So when it comes to the income claims, let me just go to this screen here. This is the place that you want to refer anyone to in terms of what the income claims are for the various levels. So this is the income disclosure statement, and you can find that in your back office right here on income disclosure statement, and that will open that up. And this will tell you what the low, the average, and the high is for all the various levels.
那么如果你要讲收入的话呢，请大家去到后台这个 library 里面呢，有这个每一年公司有放的官方的这个级别的这个收入表，这个是一个官方可以给人家看的。
And you can see that there's some pretty substantial incomes that can be earned.
那么大家可以看到，其实有的级别的收入还是比较高的。
But with that in mind, we don't need to exaggerate or make promises of what people will earn or what they
但是我们不能做的是，我们不能去跟某一些伙伴或者没有进入公司的人去保证，当他来做这个生意的时候，他可以有一些保证性的收入。
So, like any business, it takes time, it takes effort, and it takes energy. It's not Asea is not a get rich quick thing.
那么这个是其实跟很多的一个真正的生意一样，它是需要时间来建造你的一个生意，它并不是一个一夜可以致富的一个那种所谓的这种非法传销的一个计划。
And people will respect you more by being real with them and honest about that. People just need to know that the potential is there and it's worth it if we do the work.
那么其实请大家记住，我们越是去跟对方讲真话，越是用我们的心去表达的时候，其实对方反而会尊重我们，更会理解我们。我们并不需要去用一些自己没有到的收入去打动人家，可以是这一些的收入的证明，可以充分表现到，只要他通过努力，他总会慢慢达到这个级别的。
So on the income claims, part of that is also part of the industry, the network marketing industry that regulates and tells us that we can't, that we shouldn't even disclose our own personal income or by trying to entice people, with that. So the best way is just to show the income disclosure statement and use that as the tool.
那么在直销行业里面呢，在全球所有的国家的直销法里面是严禁任何经销商用自己的真实的收入来刺激对方，来促使他加入这个公司，这在任何一个国家的直销法里面全部都是属于犯法的。
Yeah. So another thing that I wanted to go over was line switching or cross-sponsoring enticement.
那么还有一个就是我们的这个过线、划线，还有在几条线里面同时开户口。
So this is really important because this not only protects Asea, but this is to protect your business. The last thing that you want to do is to sponsor someone and to have them and work with them and to build a team. And for some reason, maybe they get upset with you and decide that they want to go elsewhere. You've invested your time to create that team. You don't want that team to pick up and go somewhere else.
那么其实这个对这个划团队划线的这个举动来说呢，其实这是在公司来说是一个非常严谨的一个举动非常认真的对待，因为这不是保护某一个团队，而是保护所有的这个团队的这个一个的时间跟这个精力。
So Asea respects the integrity of that position. That's like that's equity. That's your business that you built. And so if someone's not happy, they have to realize in a particular place, they have to realize that this is their business. It doesn't matter where they're at. They have to take ownership and responsibility for their business. Their success is not based on who their sponsor is, but it's based on what they choose to do and how they network and build their business.
那么其实他说了，真正的直销其实是跟你的上线是没有任何关系的。如果是问一个真正的直销，你学过直销的时候，大家都知道，其实你的成功就是来自于你怎么培养你的这个事业。那么其实如果你跟你的上线关系处置的不好的时候，你是不需要去靠你的上线也可以得到成功的。
So there is a way that people can change lines of sponsorship if they wanted to.
但是同样的，当你实在是忍受不住的时候，也是有方法，也是在法律程序上是可以允许你去划到其他的这个团队里面，其他的线里面。
So what they would have to do is to cancel their distributorship and sit out for 6 months without doing anything. They can't build or benefit from a distributorship before they would enroll
那么
somewhere
这个
else.
方法就是非常简单，首先你要停止你自己的户口，完完全全停止你的户口，在今后的6个月里面，不能参与公司任何的这个活动、任何的推广、任何的奖金收益，是用人家的户口还是用其他人的户口都是不行、不允许的。
Or if they wanted to acquire a position that someone else was wanting to sell or wasn't working, they would actually have to, that wasn't at the bottom of the tree, they would actually have to wait for a year of being inactive to move into an existing position.
那么，如果你想去购买其他的位置的话呢，那你曾经是一个经销商来说，你要在你的退出公司12个月之后，你才有资格可以去重新考虑其他的这个位置。
So this is, like I said, this is really good, and it's to protect you. I know someone in a different company that she had 20,000 people that were just taken away from her downline and put in someone else's group.
那么其实这个是一个非常好的一个公司对待这个事情很谨慎呢，其实是对我们整个团队来说都是好的，因为有一些直销公司，他说他知道有一个人在其他的公司，一个公司就是一下子就把他下线2万多个人一下子拉走了。
And things like that are totally unethical, and that's why we have Asea to thank that they're protecting all of our businesses.
那
So
么其实
Asea
我
would
们要
never
感
do
谢
that.
Asea对这个事情看上去的一个严重的这个看法，因为他其实是在保护每一个人的利益。
So that's a really good thing, is to understand that and kind of know what those rules are.
那么其实我们很就是说很认真的看待以上跟大家分享的所有的这一些的条规。
The other thing I mentioned, if someone wanted to take another position, it's important to realize that what you're building is an asset. When you build a business, that's a business that you can sell, for example, you can pass on to other family. So that is an asset. Your business is something that you're creating that will last for generations.
因为其实他要让他是在这里跟大家分享的，就是说大家要知道，我们建立的并不是一个生意，我们建立的是个有延续性的一个收入的一个生意，也是一个可以转卖的生意。这个在你的直销行业里面，你的团队在你退休的那一天，你是可以卖给其他的人，或者你可以把它传给你的孩子们。
It's exciting to know that we can build a business that will be something that our children, our grandchildren, even our great grandchildren will benefit from.
那么其实我们非常感恩，就是有这么一个事业，可以让我们可以传到我们自己的孩子，包括他们的孩子的手上。
There was a quote that I wanted to share before when we were talking about medical claims and such. I just remember Vertus Norton, when I went to that original fly-in, he said, if people really understood what we have our hands on, we would be bigger than Apple Computer overnight.
那他想就是说跟大家分享一句，当初他第一次去这个盐湖城的时候 Vertus Norton 看着他跟他说过一句话，他说如果这个全世界的人都知道这个 Asea 里面到底是装的什么东西的时候，那么我们这一公司会在一夜之间比苹果还要大。
Yeah. So it's really important. Just a couple other things I just thought I pulled out that I wanted to mention. The one thing I love about Asea is we really do call it the Asea family for a reason, because we are a family. We work together. So Asea has a non-disparagement thing. We never want to badmouth anyone else, and so that's part of the policy, is to make sure that we work together in an amicable way with everybody, cross line, all the.
因为其实Asea来说，大家都知道，在这个公司里面，其实我们都像一个大家庭一样的。那么我们的这个社会的责任跟我们的道德观，就是我们从来不会，我们不要对任何一个旁线，或者是任何的一个Asea的一个会员来进行一些的语言上的攻击，或者来进行一些诽谤，因为这一些都是跟我们的Asea的这个道德标准是不一样的。
And there is a place on how to report policy violations, but and of course you email compliance, but is what it says here. But my encouragement is, because we are an Asea family. I would say absolutely first, make sure if you see someone doing the wrong thing, making medical claims, or any of the things that we've talked about, I wouldn't run to Asea first. I would make sure that you go to your upline and bring that concern to them so that we can handle it as a family and address those concerns so that we can have people do the right thing. Because I believe that most people genuinely do want to do the right thing.
那么他说，当你知道其他的那些会员或者你的团队里面或者人家团队里面有这个犯规的情况下呢，请做一件事情，就首先跟您的这个上线钻石去汇报，去跟他商量。因为很多时间其实是在我们这个经销商跟经销商之间，我们都可以和睦的去解决掉的。那么如果我们实在是解决不了的，我们再去找法律部的事情。那么很多时候，如果你的上线知道的时候，他也会帮你去做出一些正确的一些的选择啊。
Yep. I just want to say, guys, that we have our hands on something that's really beautiful and amazing, and I'm excited about where we can go. And the whole purpose of this training is just to help shed a little light on how to protect all of our businesses long term, and that we can all work together. If anything comes up that we need to speak about, if someone's making medical claims, let's just handle it. Let's just communicate in a great way with each other, where we can let each other know a better way to maybe address those sort of issues.
对，所以说其实这一些严厉的法律在那边不是来阻止我们，而是来帮助我们更快的、更强大的、更长久的建立我们的这个事业。我们希望我们的事业可以建立到一直传承很多代。那么，所以我们特别在法律上，Asea对所有的法律的程序抓得非常严格。
I want to thank you for inviting me to jump on the call tonight with you.
谢谢，我们今天晚上谢谢这个Bakota的这个时间来给我们我不知道我们这里可以开放几分钟的时间给大家问一下问题。我不知道各位钻石主任们有什么话要去问那个要问这个Bart 的话。I'm just see we got a few diamonds here.
Sure.
I don't know if they want to ask some questions and yeah.
Hey, David, can I start? I'm not a diamond yet. Can I start?
Oh, that's okay. You can always start. We don't treat diamonds specially. They just
No. I just Bart,
Yes.
Is Sebastian. I'm downline from David, obviously. I just want to say thank you for tonight, and thank you for all the work you've done for us, and for all the printed materials and other things. So I just want to say thank you. You have a question, right?
Also, before Bart leaves, I want everybody to know that in the Facebook we have 2 Facebook page. Okay. Before we are using， 就是在 Bart 走之前，我想跟大家讲一下 Bart 的他有个训练的那个叫 Facebook 叫 Successful Academy。那我们之前呢，我们自己团队呢有一个叫那个，在我们之前的这个我们有一个叫 Asea Global Team David。那么现在呢，我们可能在明天开始呢，我们就跟钻石们商量，在我们团队呢，我们将跟那个 Bart 的这个一起合作，将会融入在这个 Asea Successful Academy。那么我们也很感谢。But 会给我们这个一个单独的这个课程里面放上中文的课程。So I'm just saying to everybody there to actually log on to Success Academy to join them because we're going to put a lot of Chinese content up there as well. So we can encourage people to start using both English and Chinese into one place. That way it's a lot more easy to put it through into a same funnel.
Thank you. Yes, that's important. This group, in the past, we've always been quite open with anybody, cross-line or whatever, but this group is for our team. So this is for you. This is for David's team, Richard's team. This is for your team, but we're not opening this up to cross-line people. This is a tool that's it's quite amazing. And David, maybe
现在这个就是纯粹是给 Bart 他们自己的这个团队的这个一个这个后台的这个所有的课程都在里面。
Yeah, and so I believe that you mentioned that you showed the guides. Maybe you can
the guide. Yes, we have the.
Maybe you can show where the recordings are for the Monday night trainings and.
那所有的这个礼拜一晚上的训练都在这里。
Yep. So when people join this, there's the place where they need to fill in who their upline diamond or sponsor is, and then we can track them as part of our group.
因为当你 加入这个当你加入这个的时候，你一定要回答几个问题，就是你的这个 ID 是什么，然后你的上线钻石是什么，这样的话他们可以跟踪到。I
So
think
make,
Richard
so
wants to
make sure
ask
that you
me.
invite your new associates to be part of this.
请大家尽量邀请所有的伙伴们都加入这个 Success Academy. I think Richard wants to ask me.
Hey,
Okay.
I can start my video. Thank you, Bart, so much. Information.
You can't start your video.
Yeah, I think now I can. Yeah, okay.
We want to.
Hey, there he is. How'd you get those birds to they just fly like that? Just.
It's called the white goose anyway.
It's magic, Bart.
Magic. Yeah.
It's the same one they're selling in Chinatown.
Yeah. It's a team spirit. It's called the white goose spirit anyway.
Yeah, cool. I love it.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the information. Yeah.
My pleasure.
Yeah, always welcome you to give us some bits and pieces, and so important. You have so much information, so experience. 28 years, I couldn't believe.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, this is network marketing is the most beautiful business. We just can't believe count our blessings every day. We realize that, you really are in control of your own destiny, and being able to create something where you can benefit from the residual income is quite amazing too.
那么他其实我翻译一下，就是他做了28年这个直销，他到现在每一天都非常非常感恩能够进入这个直销的行业，无论是在什么公司，他觉得这个行业给他带来了完全100%的这个控制自己的自由，控制自己的时间，能够让他自己有自己的这个一个选择。
But can I ask you a question? I heard you have a very good dialogue with Tyler Norton one day, talking about the future of Asea. Could you share with us?
About the future of Asea?
Yeah. And the Redox. The future of Redox, the future of Asea.
Yeah, look, Tyler's talked about that too. He says that this area of science is growing extremely rapidly, and we are way ahead of anybody else in this field of science. He said, basically, the message is that truly appreciate what we've got our hands on here, because this technology is quite profound. In fact, it's my own personal belief that with what we've been experiencing with the lockdowns and the COVID situation, and even these vaccination or these shots that people are getting, I think our product could be very helpful for everybody long term. So without making any medical claims, I just think that there's nothing better that you can do to build your body's ability to counteract whatever it is that's going to come your way.
所以他刚刚说呢，这个氧化还原信号分子呢，就是说他上次跟我们的创始人Taylor Norton 讲话呢，Taylor Norton 告诉他，氧化还原信号分子正在全球迅速的成长，不是我们公司的，光我们公司这个整个行业迅速成长，而我们公司在氧化还原信号分子的这个行业里面，又是一个走在非常非常前端的一个公司里面。那么在像现在的这种今时今日的这种疫情的这个逆势全球的这种一种情况下面，真的我们非常感恩，就是说这个产品是让你的身体变成一个最大的最好的一个防御机制。
So Asea has invested a lot of money into the research and the science, and now they've actually built I don't remember the exact name on it, but a research facility where they're expanding. I know that we'll have more products coming out. Don't know exactly what. They keep those very secret.
Mask, toothpaste. Richard thinks it's good. I think it's mask.
Okay.
I don't know. I think it's gel. It's easy to make gel. We're using U28 already. Put on your hair.
Yeah, I have no
mask,
idea.
We're already doing mask.
Yeah, we'll see what it is, but we are. I guess the main point is to appreciate and to realize that you are in a good place, in a good space. No one has what we have. This Asea is not just another juice or vitamin or mineral. There's nothing that you can do at a higher level for your health at a cellular level than what Asea is doing.
那么他想跟大家讲的就是说，当你就是说今后的公司，因为在今年的实验室的建成，有很多新的产品会面世。其实我们真的应该非常非常，就是说，我们首先要明白并且感恩我们在这么一个公司里面，它在这个领域里面有一个这么大的一个上升的一个空间。而我们其实真正的很多人，我们可能真的不明白我们手上所拥有的这一样东西的这个威力，就是说在以后的这个若干年之后，这个产品这个公司还会继续走下去，还会继续发展。
Yes, that's how. Well, I heard you interview Tyler, ask Tyler's questions. Tyler answered, and he said, "Hey, but it's not a small. I don't want to do a small business. I want to, this business will be generations." That's what he said. I was so impressed. I couldn't find that video. I don't know where you recorded and uploaded somewhere.
I think I know what you're talking about. That was the one that we did, the three T's promotion.
Oh, no. Just after 3T, I think.
Okay, maybe it was at the Success Academy where he spoke.
Yeah, I couldn't. I tried to find it to replay again, but I couldn't find. I was so impressed because he said, "Hey, but I will not run just I don't want. I have no interest in to run a small business. It is a generations," and he definitely say that.
It's so easy to take our business for granted. What does it cost? It costs us $60 to set up a distributorship. It's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. You go out for a dinner for that easy, and so it's easy to get in. It's easy to do nothing because maybe you don't have enough invested. Even an entrepreneur pack, a couple $1,000 or whatever, it's nothing. It's hardly anything to start a business. What I'm trying to say is to realize the potential of what you've got and what you can create. Because when you think of it as a big business, I want you to think of it as a multi-million-dollar business. Think of it as if you've invested $1 million into your business. How would you treat your business differently if you had invested, $500,000 or $1 million into your business? You would show up.
但是我们就是说我们这个生意啊，很大的一个挑战就是他觉得是这个进入的这个费用太少了。他说才60块钱你就可以加入这个公司，就算你买一个这个创业者的套餐，也就是大概是800-1600澳币。这一些的这个产品可以给你带来一个100万收入的一个事业。那如果你今天做这个生意的话，如果你觉得我们是100万收入，如果你觉得你是投资的100万收入的话，那么我们就可以成功。为什么？我们就会每一场训练，每一场这个东西我们都会上来，而我们对待这个产品的态度也会不同了。
So when you do that, you're respecting the business, which also is also going over with everything that we talked about today with the compliance issues, is you're showing respect to Asea and you're showing respect to your business.
那么其实当我们来到今天我们做法律的这个跟大家来学习这个法律方面的这个见证方面讲法律的这一部分的时候，其实最主要的目的就是因为这个生意在我们当中我们都觉得太值钱了，我们不能轻易的去破坏这么一个好的一个生意的这个价值。那么这个生意虽然我们很多人觉得这是一个很小的一个生意，但是最终它在全球的这个领域里面也是将会达到一个非常非常高的一个角度。
That's great information. Great information. But we miss you so much. Where can you come back to Melbourne one day? And
lock down with us together. That's what Richard thinks.
We can
lock down together in the hotel.
Yes, the hotel. That's right.
Yeah, I don't do lockdowns and I don't do masks.
I just realized that it's side the topic. The most hottest real estate topic in world is Gold Coast this year. Gold Coast, Australia, becoming the hottest real estate investment. Last week, one property in Gold Coast attract more than 600 people to come to look at the properties because apparently they love the freedom over there. No lockdowns. The weather is good. I think Richard is planning to move to Queensland maybe Brisbane.
Yeah, the weather is great. Sun's beautiful. We bought a lot where we're going to build our dream house on Paradise Point.
Oh,
Ah,
okay. Okay, that means for all of us to one day we can visit there. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
okay.
Beautiful.
Well, thank you very much, Bart, for your time. I know it's been over an hour already. It's a great pleasure to have you with us tonight, and we're having
last questions. Because Bart is our top leader. Okay, we're so grateful. What's your expectation for David He?
Presidential triple, nothing less than presidential triple diamond, David.
What you mean? I'll be the first Chinese presidential diamond. I'll do before Richard.
Well, the race is on. I think both of you. Look, you guys are such tremendous leaders.
He can be the very first Chinese presidential diamond. I can be the very first double presidential diamond. Then he can fight the first triple presidential diamond.
David, I think you are the youngest Chinese. The higher.
No, not anymore. 允许现在没这个记录了。Yeah, but I think I still hold the title of back to back, the fastest from ambassador diamond to double ambassador diamond, which took me 8 weeks back to back straight away.
Yeah, pretty amazing.
That's pretty amazing. That's it this time. I don't know how I did it.
Well, you did it with a whole lot of amazing people that are part of your team.
Exactly. We got a few diamonds here. They they work very hard. We got Fiona Fang here, Fiona Zhang, Fang Fei Fei from New Zealand, and Fiona is from Melbourne Diamond. They're all under my group in my team. We have Mei Xia from Sydney. Then we have Jackham, which is me and Richard's team, Jing, Richard's team. We have a couple of Lily. We have Lily from Malaysia, Maggie Zhang, Diamond from Melbourne. We have Liu Meihua, which is from Portugal, Diamond. I think we've got a few diamonds here. We, thanks for Richard doing all the hard work. I just sit there and eating my watermelon. That's how Chinese people say. I just eat the watermelon. He does the work.
I tell you what, you guys are doing amazing things. You've got phenomenal. You're attracting tremendous leaders, and I respect all you guys for that have jumped on the call tonight. You're helping to blaze an amazing trail. There's you familiar with that movie? It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah, Wonderful Life. You talk about the German in the concentrate camp, the Jewish guy?
No.
That's a Beautiful Life. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a Wonderful Life. It was the story. Jimmy Stewart was given the gift of knowing what life would be like if he was never born. He made a wish. He said, "I wish I was never born." It was a Christmas movie.
Okay. No, I never watched that.
Okay. He jumped off a bridge and he was rescued by an angel that basically saved his life. And since he was such a good man, he was given this gift. He said, "I wish I was never born." And this angel gave him his wish. And he went and he was able to see what his family and all his friends, the impact that he had because he had lived, because their lives were miserable when he wasn't there. Bottom line is that we've got an opportunity to change a lot of people's lives in an amazing way. Yeah. And you never have any idea. I mean, Richard, look at how many people's lives you've changed.
Yeah, I have a book, Li Kai-fu. He's the very first Chinese CEO in Google, very first Chinese CEO in Microsoft. He also worked for Apple. So he's the only person worked for the top big company. He's a Chinese, and he wrote the book. And in the book, he quoted the first quote he wrote is, "There are two words, one with you, one without you. The difference between the word is your purpose in your life." So you have the word without you, you have the word with you, and the difference between the two is your purpose in your life. So make the two, obviously, to make as big a difference as you can. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah.
So every day morning, get up, try to change the world, trying to change the life,
Yeah.
Movie.
That's what my wife is saying to me.
David, Sebastian here. I just thought of something I'd like to ask Bart, if I may.
Yeah, Sebastian.
Bart, Sebastian from Melbourne. one of the, in my experience, one of the largest or biggest challenges for a network marketer is to keep going, especially when things are tough. What are some of the practical techniques that you personally use to keep going, Bart, or you and Melissa, obviously?
Well, look, the biggest key is to have a big enough why.
Okay.
And you know, so that's something that I think we always need to work on, developing a big enough why. And I would tell you that the bigger your vision is, the easier it is for other people to become a part of it. So think big. I mean, a lot of people have forgotten how to dream big, but dream as big as you can. And when you hit that goal, you'll be able to dream even bigger. And just realize that for every dollar that you earn, you're making a difference. You're making an impact on other people. But without a doubt, you've just brought up a very, very good point, and that's consistency is the key. Now, we did a training a little while ago with Trish Schwankler. Trish is the #1 income earner by a substantial amount, actually.
Okay.
And I've known Trish Schwankler since for 28 years. I knew her from the other company. And she would tell you, she said if someone was looking for a business builder, they never would have approached her.
Oh.
Because she had never had a real job before. Her husband, looked after her. He had an engineering career. She was just a stay-at-home mom. Mm-hmm. But when her husband got fired from his job, he got let go, downsized, whatever you want to call it. She decided to jump into network marketing, and she just made a decision. But the one thing about Trish is not only did she, ultimately it's what you just said, consistency.
Yeah.
She works on her mindset. She works on her vision. She has affirmations that she goes through, and she creates a daily routine.
Okay.
I know Lorraine is big on this too, and that's a miracle morning, where she gets her head in the right place every day. And when you've got your goals and what you need to get done for the day, make sure that you write down your important things, the people that you need to follow up on. So follow up is critical. You just need to be consistent.
Right. Thanks, Bart. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
刚刚 Sebastian 问的问题，我跟大家翻译一下，就是 Sebastian 问，当你的事业进入一个瓶颈或者很困难启动的时候，你有什么一些实际的这个技术 practical skill？ 那么我们的 Bart 回答就是，每一次当你遇到瓶颈的时候，你就要回去问你自己为什么做这个事情。只有当我们的愿景，当我们的这个梦想越大的时候，强壮的时候，你才能吸引到更多的人来加入你的这个，用你的产品也好，或者是加入你的团队也都好。那么还有一个就是每一天做同样的这个事情，每一天去问自己的 why， 每一天去做同样的事情。他刚刚说了，他的这个 Trish 是我们公司的这个最高收入者，那么他的最高收入者跟第二个收入者是差了一截了，所以他的收入非常高。那么他说Trish 他是见到他是最平稳的。那么 Trish 是跟大家说，如果今天有人想做直销，绝对不会选中他。为什么？他是一个没有任何这个教育背景的，也是没有任何的一个受过销售技术的，也没有做过什么任何直销的，没有一个直销人会找到他。他只是一个妈妈，但是他有一个很好的一个很平稳，就是他有一个很坚持的这个心。而且他会坚持做某一些的小事情，令到他28年来成为亚细亚是最高的收入者。Yeah. Well, I think we should call off the night. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time, and thank you, to coming for my team and Richard's team and all the Chinese other leader Diamond team here, their team as well. I think we're looking forward to see you again soon. Hopefully not during the when the COVID is everything's gone, when the world go back to normal. We don't know how long it's going to take, but I think that day is going to come very soon. And we see you in Gold Coast.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bart. So. Thank you, Bart.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sebastian. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Have a great night.
Bye. Good night.
Good night.